This is a good cookie. This cookie's really good. Oh, hello there. And welcome back to another episode of NFL Weekly Predictions with Mr. Predictable. And are you ready for tomorrow? Because I know I am. But first, I have some predicting to do. So get ready, get comfy, and get ready to laugh with Mr. Predictable. Like always, we start this episode when we talk about last week's games. Can we just talk about how Ryan Fitzpatrick, who seems to be becoming a leading quarterback, and he looks like a total badass in his sports conference, am I right? The Bucks, who are currently 2-0, beat the Saints in week 1, and then the shitheads in week 2. Sorry for the language. Hey, Browns, do you need a kicker? That'll win you the games, because apparently your kicker sucks. I can kick a 5-yard field goal, just letting you know. Oh, the Jets are so overrated for the hype in last week's video. Andrew Luck is back, buddy boys. Party at my house? Don't forget to bring luck for your Andrew Luck. Oh! Wow, what a player. Retired at halftime, and that's a first. Patriots are still winning the Super Bowl this year. One loss to the Jaguars changes nothing. The Seahawks dynasty is over. Now let's hold a moment of silence. Thank you, and sorry, Seattle. Now, let's move on to week 3. But first, I need to finish my cookie. Oh wait, I did finish my cookie. Now, first game of the day, we have the 1-1 Atlanta Falcons hosting the New Orleans Saints, who also happen to be 1-1. Can the Falcons win, or can Drew Brees pull off another show with that outstanding arm of his? Mr. Predictable thinks that the Saints will walk away with the big W. Now let's go to Washington with the Cheeseheads battling the Redskins in what is sure to be an entertaining NFC matchup. Aaron Rodgers, please go crazy throwing 62-yard passes. Mr. Predictable thinks that Aaron Rodgers will get this one against the Redskins. Plus, Washington has no playoff franchise except for their hockey team, but we cannot talk about that because we don't talk about hockey because we don't watch or like hockey. Now we have the Bills heading to Minneapolis to face the Vikings in a matchup between two teams from cities that get big freezing winters that will make you so cold you will shake like a massage chair. Mr. Predictable predicts that the Buffalo Bills will go 0-3. Now let's escape the freezing cold and head to hot and sunny Miami, where the girls are hot, the sun is out, and the Dolphins 2-0, #overrated, are hosting the Oakland Raiders, who sadly are 0-2. Wah, wah. Where was the defense in Oakland? Oh, that's right. Last time I checked on Facebook, it said that the defense was in Chicago. Mr. Predictable predicts that the Dolphins will pull off an impressive win. And now, let's go out to Baltimore to watch the underrated Joe Flacco face the 2-0 Denver Broncos, who have been struggling since Peyton Manning's retirement. They're just awful. Hands down, awful. Mr. Predictable predicts that Baltimore will be too excited to watch Joe Flacco carry the team to victory. Hey, whoa, slow down, Baltimore. You're not in the Super Bowl. Relax, okay? And next, what do we have here? Oh yes, we have the Carolina Panthers against the Cincinnati Bengals in the most overrated game. Yay! Cam Newton, overrated. Oh, who am I kidding? They're all overrated. All of the Panthers. All Panthers players, they're all overrated. Now, let me get some Bengals gear, because I'm an Andy Dalton fan. Now, I have to dye my hair orange and black. Hey, I just referenced that Netflix TV show. What do you know? Mr. Predictable predicts that the Panthers will lose and stop talking about Cam Overrated Newton. And now, let's go to Houston, where the 0-2 Texans host the 0-2 New York Giants. Can either of these poor teams finally win? Or will they tie like the last two ties that we've already gotten, and it's only the beginning of the season? Odell Beckham Jr. and Saquon Barkley. Can this duo take down Houston's defense? Well, I don't know. Ask Bob. Mr. Predictable predicts that the Giants will walk away with a win, and the Texans will be 3. Wah, 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 wah. And now, Jimmy Garoppolo's 49ers will fly to Kansas City to face Andy Reid's Chiefs. Hey, Andy, how about I save you a burger? Can we talk about the Chiefs quarterback, my buddy Patrick Mahomes, who is better than Cam Newton? My buddy Patrick throws 5 touchdowns a game when he is on par to throw 5 touchdowns a game. That's my buddy. Mr. Predictable predicts that my buddy Patrick will carry the win over Jimmy G's 49ers. And now on to 4 o'clock games, and my buddy Patrick Mahomes just threw his 6th touchdown of the day. Hashtag that's my buddy. Los Angeles, the city that took 2 teams from other cities, San Diego and St. Louis, to host this LA versus LA matchup between the Chargers and the Rams. And if that sounds familiar to you, that's because we included that game on our top 5 must-see NFL games this year video from a few months ago. If you haven't seen it, check it out, or watch it again, I don't know. Mr. Predictable predicts that the older LA team will win, aka the Rams. Okay, now let's head to Seattle for the game of the week between the Cowboys and the Seahawks, who both seem to be having some losing records. Wah, wah, wah. Mr. Predictable predicts that Dacky P will walk away with the victory while the Seahawks post-dynasty begins. And let's hold another moment of silence for Seattle. Thank you, and sorry, Seattle. Now let's go to the hot Arizona desert where the Chicago Bears face the Arizona Cardinals in an animal game. Animals? Animals? Where bears are chasing flying red cardinals. Yay! Mom, can I get some animal crackers for Sunday? Yay! I'm so excited. So can I watch this game? I'm so excited. Mr. Predictable thinks that the Bears will eat the Cardinals. And now it's time for some Sunday night football between the New England Patriots and the overrated Detroit Lions. The Patriots are hoping to beat a team named after a wild jungle cat following an almost lopsided loss to the Jaguars in Week 2. Yeah, they lost, but just glad it wasn't lopsided, you know? This game is in an indoor stadium, so hopefully Brady won't let any heat stop him from winning, and he won't get too hot or sweaty, or at least not too sweaty. Mr. Predictable predicts that Tommy Boy will pull off a big W in the Motor City and in the state where he played college football, of course for the University of Michigan. After Sunday, who is ready for some Monday Night Football? Let's go to Tampa Bay, Florida, where the hip and cool Ryan Fitzpatrick leading Buccaneers host the Big Ben leading Steelers. Can the Steelers finally get a win and stop the Bucs' winning streak? Mr. Predictable predicts that the Steelers will finally get that official win. Now that's all for this week's episode of Mr. Predictable NFL Predictions. Make sure you subscribe and drop a big thumbs up. And make sure you share this video everywhere. This is Mr. Predictable, and I'm signing out. Peace. I need another cookie.